Helen Keller, the girl who could not see, hear, or speak. Sometimes we may feel frustrated with our poor advances in learning a foreign language. Nevertheless, with the next story, we shall find a dog example of persistence and overcoming in a particular situation. Then, we wouldn't say or dare not to say I can't once again in our lives. I'd like you to know the story of Helen Keller, who could neither see nor hear from the time she was a baby. Therefore, later, she couldn't even talk. However, the brilliant girl was able to overcome all those handicaps, to graduate from a college with honors and become a useful citizen. I must say, there was nothing wrong with Helen Keller when she was born. Her father and mother were very proud of their pretty baby, who tried to say Papa and Mama. For 19 months, Helen grew bigger and stronger. She was able to walk when she was a year old. She could say a few words. But one day, the child fell ill. She must have been very ill. For days, she was laid up with a high fever, and soon the parents learned that their darling would never be able to see and hear once more in her life. The little child was now doomed to a life of silence and darkness. She could not hear what was said to her and didn't know how to talk. She was unable to play with other children. When Helen was 6 years old, her parents took her to Baltimore and then to Washington to famous doctors to find out if they could do something to make her hear and see again, but the doctors could do nothing. The child was hopelessly deaf. Dr. Bell said the Keller should address the Perkins Institution for the Blind in Boston and ask if they could send someone to help the child, although it needless to say how miserable her parents felt. They never gave up their enterprise of giving her daughter the chance to live a life. It was a wonderful day for Helen Keller when Anne Sullivan arrived in March 1887 to take care of the child who could neither hear nor speak. Helen was nearly 7, Anne Sullivan was past 20. Anne Sullivan found a way to make herself understood. She gave the child a doll and taking Helen Keller's hand, she slowly spelled out DOL. The child learned for the first time that things must have names. When Miss Sullivan later spelled into the little girl's hand the word WAITER and let the water from the palms run over her hand, a new light seemed to brighten the face of the child. During the next 3 months, she learned 300 words and could even put some of them into sentences. Miss Sullivan loved her pupil who was so quick to learn. They needn't have saved efforts. It was a wonderful day for Helen Keller when Anne Sullivan arrived in March 1887 to take care of the child who could neither hear nor speak. Helen was nearly 7, Anne Sullivan was past 20.